Hello, my name is Roger Weinert, and I am a structural integration practitioner. I'm a Hellerwork structural integration practitioner. I work with people to realign their bodies in gravity to bring them more into alignment. I take people's bodies from something like this and I put them into this. I do deep manual body work with them, and I also do movement education with them. I coach them on how to walk and move when they're walking in their bodies. I take people's bodies like this and I open them up, put them into a greater range of motion, assist them in creating a greater range, and ultimately this is what happens. These are actually the same person. And what we did is we took them like this and we put them into more of a contracted, smaller range of motion. And over here, we put them into a larger range of motion. So to start with, most people think a good posture is shoulders back, chin up, and chest out. In that process, though, what we're doing is holding on to our muscle structure to keep our bones erect. And in that process, we're just containing our muscles and containing the bones so that they don't move very well. If you look at the chart right here, most people act like their arm starts here and their leg starts right here. And in that process, the chest stays still. And as they walk, even a good posture walks around like this. So they don't move their chest. And when you see their back, the back doesn't move very much. If you come over here to the muscle structure, the arm muscle starts right here in the center of the chest, comes out like that, and it continues on down through the other muscles all the way into the hand. Underneath that, there's a muscle that comes up like this and into the arm. And here in the back, on the top, the arm comes like this, and then down. And then underneath that, it goes like this, out like that, and down. And then this muscle right here starts right up in here, but it also comes all the way down to the bottom of your pelvis, comes over like this, and up into your arm. So your arm starts right here in the center of your chest. The leg, which looks like it starts right here, if you were to take this muscle off right here and pull the organs out and look down inside, right here is the diaphragm, and here's your lumbar spine, and here's your pelvis down in here. So your leg, the muscle on both sides of your spine, it starts right here at your diaphragm, comes down like this, all the way down into your leg on both sides. So that means that you actually have a leg muscle that starts all the way up here. So if you walk this way as compared to this way looks like walk towards you like this. And as you walk away, nothing really moves in the spine. But if you're to walk like this, what happens is you start seeing the body opens up the chest. Every step you take opens up your body, helps you breathe, opens up all your organs, and gives you a lot healthier walk with more energy and feels more centered of your body. Let's look at these two guys again. This guy right here has more of a contracted posture, and he doesn't have a really large range of motion. That's where we're going to bring you down to this chart down here. This is what I call be to have. It was actually a consciousness concept, which is everything has a beginning, middle, and end. And in your step, you actually have a beginning, middle, and an end. So when a person walks, they get in the middle, they have this idea where they want to go, then they swing out like this with their hand moves out like this to do it, and then they come back like this to complete it. The same thing with the foot. They're here, and then they step out, they go through the whole step, and they go like that. When you have a full range of motion in the body, what it does is it opens the body up like this. When you have more of a contracted state in the body, it stays more like this. The doer moves more forward in the middle and doesn't go back here. The haver stays more back here. He's a little bit more back in his heels, and he actually does not seem to go out very far forward. So let me show you what that looks like. So to look at a doer is a person where their arm goes out forward and their leg goes out forward, but they only go about to the middle before they take off again. So they're always going kind of a short step forward. The doer goes like this. You know how when you're sitting in your computer and your head's out here forward, you're focused on the thing in front of you, or like the donkey with that carrot out in front of them, we're always walking towards something like that. If you get yourself conditioned with that, after a while, your body's like this. So when you're stopped, you look like you're still getting ready to go. You're kind of in that doing mode and everything starts shaping that. Your bones reshape like that. So the haver is a person who starts back on his heels. He stays more on his heels, so most of his step is on the back of his body. He might be what you'd call laid back, so he's laid back. He might be held back, where his arms are kind of held back here behind his body. And as he walks, what happens is lower arm goes forward, but if you notice the upper arm doesn't go past the midline, so it stays back, kind of anchored behind his body. So it always keeps him kind of laid back in his body or held back in his body. It looks like he's not really in that space here. If you go through the full range of motion, your arm goes forward, middle, and back. And when you do that, what it does is it rotates your body. So it goes forward, middle, and back. And when you do that, what it does is it starts bringing your torso in the center. It also, again, like I said before, it starts opening up your torso so it becomes part of the motion. Just to let you know, you're perfect the way you are. Everybody's perfect. The definition of perfect is something being exactly the way it is. So whether you're on your heels or you're a doer, whatever, it actually means that you're just perfect the way you are. What we're trying to do is teach you another way of getting yourself more centered, balanced, and present in your body. Because some of us even have the part where in my head, I really want to do that. I want to go over there and go there. But in my body, I'm kind of holding back because maybe I'm afraid to meet that person. So I got my head out like this. And in my body, I kind of hold back. So I've got both of those going on. And there's part of me that's kind of incongruent. So part of me, in my thinking, I think I want to go there. But in my body, I'm sort of holding back. So it actually confuses my walk. So today we want to work with two things that you can actually do to get yourself more centered, balanced, and present. Gravity goes through our body. It actually supports us. When I was a kid, they always said gravity was the ground pulling, it's an equal amount of pressure down there that's up here. But we're looking at how we move in gravity. So if you look right here on the skeletal chart, this is a little hook with a cord going all the way through his body. And in that, what you're seeing is the gravity line goes right through the ear, right through the shoulder, right through the hip, right through the knee, and right through the ankle. So in that, if you have that alignment like that, everything is healthy and moving properly and has a lot more motion in it. If I start going like this, then all of a sudden these joints are out of alignment and it actually causes more pressure there. So we're going to start by taking you all the way down here to the foot, and I'm going to grab a chair. If you want to stand up, grab a chair, or if you're sitting down, that's fine. We want you to take your foot and we want you to press it down right on the front part of your ankle, right here. Use a chair and press down right there. And what you want to do is get a feeling of your bottom foot relaxing down with the weight of your upper foot. You don't have to hurt your foot. It's just about letting it sit on there and pressing down until you start feeling your shoe, and then you start feeling through your shoe to the weight of the floor. So we'll call that your balance point. It's also the farthest thing away from your brain, so it starts pulling your nervous system through your whole body. So now we're going to do the other side. We're going to press down right there in front of your ankle and let the energy just come down in your body all the way down into your foot. And as you do that, you might even notice that your brain starts relaxing some, because the nerves are not just up here in your thinking, they actually start going down into your body. So we call that the centered point in your body, or your balance point. So the second part I'd like you to do is to walk around right now. Get a feeling of taking a step where you have your foot in the back, you have it right in the front of that ankle, and in the front, you have it right in front of your ankle. So you're going to take that, you're going to take a step, and you move over here to the next step. So as you turn around and you walk around the room, get a feeling of walking through that spot. And you want to get to the point where you let your leg go all the way behind your body, where you roll off your toe at the end. And so it allows you to go into the next step. So if you just roll off your toe at the end of your step, it actually allows you to reach out a little bit farther with the next step. Most people, they take their step forward in the middle, but they don't let the leg go behind their body. So this one is about stepping and let your range of motion open up a whole lot like that, where you actually feel your torso open up a little bit from that step. So walk around the room for a moment and just enjoy that. The second part is on your upper body. I want you to get this idea that you're swimming through water right now. Get a feeling of your arm going over your head, through your whole body, and when you're facing this way, you get a feeling it's going all the way around your body. And as you're doing that, this is what you're doing when you're swimming through water, H2O. Well, what's going on in this room, air is the O. So the part of you, when you're walking, you're actually helping yourself swim through space. So your arms are helping you balance and swim and thrust you through the water. Most people, so just take a look for a moment. I want you to raise your hand like this and go like that. Notice how you are with the air. You're kind of cutting it. Okay, now turn your hand over like this and get a feeling that you're actually going like that all the way through like you're swimming. Notice how you're actually pushing the air like you were pushing the water. So if you went forward, middle, and back with this, you get a feeling of reaching out here forward, go like this around the body. Now, one last thing I'm going to show you. A lot of us end up going like this, and what happens is the arms stay very close to the body and the torso doesn't move. But if you turn your hand around like this, what happens, the arm goes around your body and you start noticing my torso turns in the middle. I'll show you that from the back. If I go like this, the torso stays still. But if I go like this, my spine starts moving. So it moves my body through the whole range of motion to where it actually even affects my nervous system and helps me relax and create more space in my body. Putting them both together, you take your foot and you take a step out and you have your arm move forward and your leg starts going through and back while your arm's going like this. So you're twisting around your whole body. And in that process, you're opening up yourself to the center of your body. It will start putting you more in the center the more you go through the full range of motion. So being centered, balanced, and present in a full range of your motion will affect other areas of your life. But think about today, what I want you to do is to put a doorway out in front of you, some places you're going to walk to, give yourself some distance to walk to it. And what I want you to do is think of a major goal you have in your life. And getting through that doorway is you getting towards your goal. And so what we want you to do is to walk your old way to the door. And notice how you feel about getting to the door and even through the door. So if you got this major goal of having more money, let's say. So if I walk towards it, my doer mode, there's a part of me that just kind of just pushes and goes like that. And it kind of has my whole body be like that. And it shapes my energy, my attitude, and my intention. If I start walking the new way, where I take more of a full range of motion, it changes my energy, my attitude, and intention. I feel totally different about it. And hopefully you'll feel that way today too. So today what I want you to do is to play with those two gears. Play with that spot in the middle of your foot and get that feeling that you're moving around like this. And just notice how that makes you feel. And then watch others. Others will remind you of what they're doing and it'll help you remind yourself about yourself. Remember, they're perfect the way they are. So just realize everything's going great, but just realize you actually now have some power to change the whole situation for yourself. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like it down here at the bottom, we'll get it out to more people, maybe with your friends, your family, some of the people around you. And if you want to learn more about this work, hit the word subscribe. That'll get it so that anything I do in the future, you'll have it also. And down at the bottom is my website, www.bodymindpower.com. You'll find out more about me and more things you can play with, and it'll take you into the next level for yourself. Thanks a lot and have a great day.